Hello, I'm Grant Fierro, here for Fillet episode 131 with Michael Medina as always, and today we have a special guest, Chris Colbourn.
What up? Thanks for having me.
He says
Yeah, of course.
He says, he says we can call him Cookie, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so Chris, we first got in contact, really just a few weeks ago, and I hit you up when your Small Change part dropped. So I thought it'd be cool to start talking about really that video and the process for that part, because that's, your most recent project you've released. How did you get involved in that, and really, what is it?
It's an independent video that my buddy Blake Hausanga made and put out recently.
Mm-hmm.
He's released some of the parts on Thrasher and a few of them on the Barracks as well. But it's just a really great homie video that he's been working on for a couple of years. He's made a few in the past that I had parts in as well, so this is kind of fun just to keep adding to the timeline of how much skating we do together.
That's
sick. He was the first dude I went out skating with when I moved here to California like 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So we filmed a part in a video he made called Porta Party.
That's a great name.
Super homie shit. And then he made like a little bigger homie video called Split Mode.
Yeah, okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and
yeah, I've seen that one.
He was there might be a second one in the works, but he took all his efforts and footage and turned it into this video he now calls Small Change, which is his little company he started.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. That was my next question. I wasn't sure what. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
But sorry, he's been making stickers and I think a few shirts to go with it, but it's more just to kind of put his footage and his style with the title, so people can associate it with it.
Yeah, that's right.
Brad, though, he's done art shows for each premiere he's done at the Good Bar in Long Beach.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it was fun. I got to go in and help him hang a bunch of the art for it. And
did you have art in there?
I had a couple things, yeah. He asked me, so.
That's cool.
Couldn't say no.
Yeah, art shows and video premieres always go good together.
Yeah, they go hand in hand, especially when people in the video did the art.
That's super cool.
Yep.
Everything.
I think that those two is that's the best little friendship of rad art and skaters and the skaters who made the art. I love when that shit happens. We do that often out here too.
Sick. Yeah, I went over to his house time to look over footage, and we just ended up painting in his garage for a few hours, and that turned into the piece that I submitted to his project.
Oh, cool. How did you originally meet him when you moved out here? So, well, to clarify, you moved from Virginia out to where in California?
I moved from Vermont.
Vermont?
Oh, Vermont. My bad.
I originally moved to Echo Park.
Okay.
With the help of a few friends, specifically this one guy, Paul Wilson. He's a legend. Really nice guy. But I met Blake through mutual friends right as I got out there. My buddies Chris Whitaker and Jordan Maxim had already been living there for a year. They met Blake out there because he had just moved to LA as well from Wisconsin. Oh,
okay. So you guys all made the move out to California and then started skating and filming together.
Right, exactly. I think that they just crossed paths somewhere in the streets and just got along, and they started working on a video and were sending me links back in Vermont, yo, check out all this shit we're filming out here. You should probably move out here.
Yeah.
Ripping my hair out, loving all the footage, but still trying to put the pieces together before I left.
Yeah.
But it worked out, luckily.
Yeah, that's rad. Did you and Jordan, did you guys grow up in the same town?
No, but we grew up close enough that we ended up skating a lot together and hanging out.
Okay, yeah. Because I know you guys have known each other for years.
We grew up an hour from each other.
And then you made the move out, and then you followed him a year later?
Yes, correct.
Cool.
Yeah, they had an open room come up for a few months. They had this window of time, and we're hey, if you want to come out, the room's yours, but if not, we're going to rent it. That was a good push needed.
Yeah. How long did
And
you?
I'd been working at this job to leave, and I think I saved up like 5 Gs and just left with that.
Made it work.
Lasted me a couple months before I found a job.
What were you doing out in Virginia to make money when you were in order to be able to make the move?
In Vermont?
Yep. Did I say Virginia again?
Yeah, you did.
God damn it, dude. Let's just swerve that whole state. It's because you did it, dude. I knew it was
Vermont. Why I said that.
I was making bagels as a baker at this place called Brugger's.
Yeah,
It's kind of like, I think it's like an East Coast chain of bagels.
Mm-hmm.
But my friend Cody Hale got me the job. And it was fun. Like I had only worked like little grocery store gigs before that, and just random like housework for friends. So the bagel job kind of got me on a new regimen where I was working from like 4 a.m. to noon.
Okay.
And it just kind of stopped me from partying. And
yep. But it also kind of gives you the whole day to like do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, go skate.
Yeah. I'd either get out and like take a nap or just go skate.
Yep.
If I tried to go, there was just like none of that. Cool. I was like running on empty by noon, but it was still so nice to have that much daylight left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick. How long did you film for a Small Change in general? Like, how long were you guys working on that video?
I would say that part accumulated over like 2 years.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff we got in the process of that, I held on to for this element project. But the in there that we were both proud with the finished product.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
But I definitely would have liked a little more juice in it to kind of just like build off my video parts that have been coming out, trying to make each one better.
Uh-huh.
But this one was fun because we could include a few of like these longer lines that might not make the cut in like a full-length element thing.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely. I think that's sick because that's kind of like that's like part of a homie video. You know, it's kind of like something maybe not goofy, but kind of just like flowing, cruising around. That like you're saying, it's long or maybe too stretched out for another video project. But that's something sick, and that always happens in a homie video. I feel like.
For sure. I know, and it was fun.
I feel like that's kind of like. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like your style at this point. Like you get these like lines that like you kind of think are gonna end, but you just keep it going. Like I know that like in particular, like the first line in that I'm sorry, this like the Small Change video, where you just keep ollieing up, make a trick, and then you ollie up some more.
Yeah, Long Beach.
I love that shit. Yeah, it seems like it happens a lot. It seems like you're just like, all right, keep it going. Let's keep going. Like I remember, like I know that we haven't got to the video yet, but I know that there's one in particular in New Driveways where you're being filmed fisheye and like you're pushed and you accidentally kick the camera, but then you still make a back three. Dude, I was so fucking stoked on that specific clip for like the longest time. Ask Grant. I talked about it forever.
Fuck yeah, thank you. That was a whole day mission to get that line.
What was those like alley-oop, like back 180 fakey manny before it, huh? And then push and then back three. That's a crazy one. And there's that line in Small Change. It's at that San Pedro spot where you crook the back like a U-Haul or something.
Yeah. Back when it wasn't super knock.
Yeah, but that was sick because like when I think what'd you do, like front crook or something on that weird bank where you're like ollied up or nose grind maybe. Right. And I thought for sure it was over. Grind. Yeah, and then you turned around and did the board side to Manny, and then right when you land, was it Jordan or someone you high five at right when you roll off the course? That was so sick. I love that stuff.
That was the first line we got.
Oh, really? The first line? That's
sick. On that, like just wanting to build off that and do more long lines and shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
The board slide to Manny was unexpected, though. I was just trying to make it grind.
That's funny. Just worked out. Sometimes that happens, though, right?
No, that was super. And I see him in my peripherals, like look with his hand up.
Yeah,
like make it off the curb. Off the curb. All right.
Give him a high five. That's sick.
But yeah, it was a bitch when I was trying to film that first line where I'm like going down the steps and then up and then to the anchor.
Oh yeah.
All these little kids were throwing rocks at us the whole time. Like in between tries, they'd be throwing pebbles like at us or in the way.
Like just to be funny?
Because some dude had come and kicked us out. And the kids saw that and they're like, why didn't you leave? I want you to leave. I'm like, just chill. We're getting this and then we're leaving. And they were not having it.
They were having it. That's so
how old were the kids?
5 or 6. Like,
oh
man,
they were shitheads.
They're sitting on the playground. To like be little fucking heroes.
Where's that spot at?
That is in Long Beach. Cool spot. Never got to skate at anchor before, so that was the whole point of the one.
Yeah, I thought that was cool because I mean, we've definitely seen footage of people jumping down that 3 block.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I skated there once with my friend Colin Hale, and he did like 7 tricks down that little 3 block the way I went at it.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of got that idea from him.
Yeah, definitly different. It's always sick to see.
Like cab. That's the only one I've ever done.
Oh, really?
Love that trick though.
It's hard.
Worked out.
It's a hard one.
The way it looks is so sick. If you can,
that trick does look super good. Yeah, that's done.
Yeah, just watching Reynolds down in Carlsbad the other day. It's like fanning out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about, I mean, New Driveway also, that came out this year.
Yeah.
You had a part in that. What is the warble? Let's start off there because Mike and I were both like, we always talk about this, like we don't really understand exactly what it is.
Yeah, and how the fuck do I get one of those t-shirts?
Yeah, the shirts.
I know, they make limited supplies of shirts because they're printing them in their garage.
Okay.
But when they are up, I'll let you guys know and hopefully get you a Man Ramp shirt or something, or like just a hat.
Dude, I want to interview that guy.
Man Ramp is so sick.
On.
Yeah.
And like,
dude, I'm a big fan of the Man Ramp.
That would be amazing if he could have a full like hour-long conversation and not break character.
Dude, we gotta do it.
Let him know. Let him know. We got to get him on here, man. We got to get him on here. How many? All right, just first question. This is a personal, not a personal question. It's a question of mine personally. How many Mole brothers are there?
Let's see. They have one older brother who's not in the California picture. He's back east. So 4 total and 1 sister.
And so, one is the filmer, right?
Yeah. Tom's the filmer, and then Dave and Steve are the stuntmen. Charlie is a teacher.
Oh, that's
okay.
Crazy.
And then I see on Instagram that like the little sister skates now, right?
Yeah. That's right.
So
they have a little sister and an. Yeah, I think 1 sister, but she's older than the 3 of them.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Tom, Steve, and Dave. She's older than them, but younger than Charlie. I just figured that out the other day.
For some reason, I thought Man Ramp was also a Mole brother.
He is not, but he's basically family. He lived close by to them, and now lives with them out in LA here.
That's so sick.
Yeah, they're a fucking hell of a team.
How'd you start skating with the Mole family?
Well, I'll try to answer your question of what is the warble.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah.
It's like a friend collective crew that they have going, that they've been making skits and more or less full-length films. Well, the New Driveway was their like official first full-length, but if you look into their Vimeo, they have a lot of old videos of them like skating on ice and all these different pieces that they've taken to like new levels, mixing it with like classical music and just doing like really funny shit in between.
That's sick.
It's all usually pretty thought out, but also improvising. So they just go with ideas and like it snowballs.
Make it happen.
It's really rad to like be a part of whatever they're working on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, speaking of music, didn't like one guy or one band for that matter like make the entire New Driveway soundtrack?
Yeah, yeah. Tom was working with this group, his good friends Andrew and Sarah, who had this band called Colbourn, and
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw them together multiple times throughout this video process, working together on songs and trying to figure out where each can work in the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So it's rad. Cobra Man's first album is the New Driveway soundtrack.
That's so
That's
cool.
so rad.
Like song for
I mean, I
song.
think it went.
Or-
I think it went perfect, like with the skating.
Yeah.
I think that was a really unique way to make music for your video, and
That's
it's
cool.
Absolutely.
like, the band too get a little shine.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I
it's
just
cool to
thought-
like not have like the royalty-free bullshit fucking iTunes music, or it's cool to like not have like, you know, like the trendy song of now, the trap music bullshit. It's just like it was just original and different. I thought it was rad.
For
I think it was a really. I think more people should do that.
They had so many styles throughout it to go with the skating. I was impressed.
Yeah.
Like Rick's song was some punk song, and then it cuts to
Yep.
Tom, which is like a funk, like kind of techno beat, and then mine was like in its own little category,
I
singing.
don't know what you would call yours, but it was sick.
I
It was like a
stoked.
collab of 80s and 90s pop music.
Yeah, they're doing something special. I'm
That's
excited to see their next project. I heard they're working on new music, so
sick.
yeah.
Um,
Hopefully it'll coincide with their next project.
that would be cool. Yeah, if every Warble video could have like a new album from Cobra Man.
They definitely
That'd be
set
like the
bar.
best case scenario. Yeah, for sure. I back the fuck out of that.
Hell
So the Warble House got a new roof. Have you skated it?
No, the roof's still there. Roof's the same.
I thought they like repaved the roof or something.
No. Somebody brought a piece of wood up there,
Oh, okay, okay.
like to pop off that. But
Yeah.
I think the roof is still intact as usual.
Hopefully.
It's funny.
It is so wild watching the way that you guys skate that shit.
And Dave and Steve especially, and in the video in Rick's part, he does a bean plan off it, but his shoelace is untied.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
terrifying.
That is
Like-
sketchy.
He lands it and everything, but you see it like dangling.
Yeah. That's gnarly.
You're like, oh my god. I got one ollie off that, and I was kind of straight off it. I'm straight on that.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah. I don't
No.
blame you. They skate it like it's like a skate park obstacle too.
I mean, if it was in my backyard, I'd probably end up throwing something else off it eventually.
Yeah.
You know
But I've
what?
seen
You
Dave
know what? Speaking
Like at a party they've had, he just ollies off the roof kind of in the dark sometimes.
Oh my. That's gnarly.
of those dudes are wild, man.
Yeah, they have a real passion for skating and just like looking for unique spots.
That's
It's fun.
And skating and like different. Like it's just different, man.
I know.
I just
It
appreciate
definitely-
it, especially like nowadays where it's like we get just bombarded with backsmiths. Like to see somebody dropping in from a fucking tree is pretty rad.
Hell yeah.
Or that
He
ollie
has, like,
under
a
the
full
tree
part
stump.
sitting on- That dude Dave Mull has like a full part of roofs he's sitting on right now.
Oh, he's coming
Oh,
for
shit.
Jaws.
Yeah.
I was gonna
But-
say, Jaws, look out, boy.
His own
Watched
speed.
up.
So it's not like
Yeah.
trying to go the biggest and baddest here, but he's definitely scaring the shit out of himself.
That's sick.
Yo, speaking of spots from New Driveways, I talk about this damn spot all the time. Every time this video is brought up. Where the fuck is that blue spot where like you do like a Wally back 50 and then you do like a little wave ride and then you do a hard flip? It's bright blue.
Oh, that's in Cuba.
Oh man, we'll never skate it. I'm never gonna skate it. That's like serious dream spots for me, dude. Like
I agree.
serious, like just bumps, wall rides. Sounds great.
Hell yeah, that spot was very cool. It was weird. There was some local hero that like drove by and stopped and told us to leave though.
What?
What's up with all the local heroes on you guys?
He
I'm
just
trying
got
to-
back in his car and left. Some people just feel entitled to like tell you to
Yeah,
stop.
I never understand why. It's like out of everything you could be doing, you're stopping your car to tell us to leave.
That was like some dried up drainage ditch near the water, though.
Yeah, it
Amazing.
definitely looked cool.
We didn't get enough time, really, but
It
we
looks so
got a
sick.
couple
It looks
hours.
like it's just like you can stay there all day and have fun.
Pretty much. But it was blistering hot out, I remember.
Oh,
I'm like
Yeah, I can only imagine.
dead trying that line. I want to do so much more there, though. Got to go back to Cuba.
who was that trip with?
That was with Elemental Awareness.
Shit, I bet.
Profit through Element. Through Element Camp where it started.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, they went down and worked with this other nonprofit called Cuba Skate that this guy Miles Jackson started out of Washington D.C. with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we just went and got to help build a DIY and bring a few boards and New Balance shoes down to these kids who need them.
Well, that's super cool.
Yeah, they're always trying to get more people to come through and bring product down because there's no skate shops available.
That's crazy.
It's gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the shop that I ride for, actually, we do that.
Really?
We have one of our people that goes down there like I think it's every year or every other year, and we send her down there with like so much fucking product because she said the same thing. Like they have literally no access to skateboarding things, like anything skateboarding, they don't have access to it unless it's like given to them or brought to them. I think that's like the gnarliest thing.
Yeah, that's
especially
great.
like you'll see the photos afterwards of like the shit that they like got sent and like them using it, you know, and like still some of them are still like skating in like fucking Jesus sandals.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like it's just the craziest thing.
They're really making them last down there too, for sure. Like Miles is teaching kids how to just make boards themselves with wooden plies.
Whoa,
In this like vacuum sealed bag and gluing it together.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
wild.
that sounds like
Hey, man,
that sounds like a cool trip.
but just kind of like showing them what it takes to build a board, so they, when they do get a board from a pro or something, they don't just turn around and try to sell it or ride it for a day.
Yeah, that's cool.
Self-sustainable.
Dude,
I definitely recommend visiting if you guys can.
Yeah, that sounds like a really cool experience.
It's not that.
Oh, go ahead.
Miami, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Not too much, but huge culture shock, and you want to know somebody there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Do you
All the
speak any
cars
Spanish?
out of the 50s, though. It was sick.
Whoa, that is cool.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah. I noticed everybody was like fixing their own cars and piping for their houses themselves. A lot of people doing their own roofs.
Wow. Yeah, do it yourself.
How was the food?
The food was really delicious in the dinners we had, but to get like a hearty lunch was kind of hard sometimes. We would have breakfast.
Why do you say that?
At this guy Pepe's house. He would make us all smoothies and coffee and eggs, which was great. But when we'd be out skating and this and that, it'd be hard to like get together a bunch of food for this group when we'd be all working at the DIY. So a lot of sweet cane juice from local vendors.
was the DIY kind of in the middle of nowhere? Is that why?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Seriously.
That makes sense.
It was off the beaten path for sure. At this old army compound.
Whoa.
It's really cool. Like there's a huge pool that's empty that used to be, I think it's where Fidel's henchmen lived.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it's been abandoned for years now, and these guys have been making a whole little skate park there. It's fucking rad.
That's sick. Yeah, that's cool. They're doing that.
Marble floors, but it's on the 3rd story of this whole building, and a lot of the walls are falling down, so there's some like staircases to nowhere.
Damn.
That sounds so crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of sick.
Directly across the road from the DIY is where that curb spot is that I ended with the back 3 and kicked the camera.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
yeah, those stages.
no shit, that's in Cuba too? Cool.
Yeah, those stages were like right across the street.
Nice. That's cool.
Can you
There's three.
can you kind of like tell like where? What was that? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying that's 3 good spots right there in Cuba to go to.
Yeah.
Oh, can you kind of like tell where like Fidel's influence was as opposed to like how they're trying to rebuild?
Not quite. That's a good question, though. I mean, I saw a lot of the countryside that didn't seem to have changed at all, and then we saw like the Americanized downtown Havana.
Yeah.
Where there's like more stores popping up, and it seems more Americanized, but it's weird. There's some laws.
Yeah, that's what the girl from our shop said when she went.
Some local came up and started talking to us one night. Like, he might have been trying to sell us something, but moments later, a policeman walked up and like took him away and walked him towards his car. Basically, whoa, because he's associating with foreigners, thinking he was like trying to sell us something or like annoying us.
That's interesting.
Super weird. Like, yeah,
interesting.
We just, like, have a conversation with this random dude. The cop came over and intervened.
That's really weird.
Yeah, but I hear tons of movies are getting filmed down there, and it's eventually going to be more accessible, I hope, because the place is beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
But, yeah, communism was interesting. I didn't like see any homeless people.
Well,
a lot of homeless dogs, but they were all happy.
Interesting.
Oh, they were happy?
Yeah, happy dogs. But, like,
they were just running
like
around.
they were well fed?
For sure. Most of them.
Cool.
Some of them were kind of scruffy, but there was this one dog that kept coming around we became friends with.
That's sick. Yeah, that's sick.
That's awesome.
His name was Rash. We called him Rash. Funny. It's funny too. There, you have to go to these little parks to get Wi-Fi, and you have to buy it illegally off these dudes who are like hustling cards with passwords on them.
Oh, that's rad.
Like black
yeah, so like Wi-Fi. You're like, yeah, I'll take 5 minutes.
Whoa.
No, the card has 30 minutes already. You don't tell them
how much is it?
It's like 5. I forget the currency there, but like equivalent to like $5, I think.
Okay.
All right.
For 30 minutes, so it's not cheap, but it was manageable.
Yeah. Most
of us would go in the mornings, but night times it wouldn't even work because there'd be so many people sitting around trying to use it.
Did you ever see the cops barge over there on the Wi-Fi?
No, actually. It seemed like accepted, but it's still kind of low-key, so they don't flaunt it.
Interesting.
But it was nice being like away from my phone for the rest of the day, though, for that whole trip.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was super different.
Yeah. I went with like little to no money, too, sadly. I was just kind of broke at the time when I went, but it ended up being fine because everything's cheap there, and we're also taken care of really well.
Okay, nice.
I was hyped.
Yeah.
I got really good day of that trip, though.
What was that?
I just remember getting smoked the first day of that trip.
Oh, that's not a good start.
No, somehow my body kind of played ball, and I could skate by the end of it.
Yeah. Nice.
Damn. That was terrible. It worked.
Yeah.
Had like a little concussion, like kind of coming to in like a random country on the first day. It was nuts.
You smacked your head?
A little bit. Fell mostly to my back trying to skate this curve rail.
Yeah. My
wheels got caught like under the rail.
Oh, that's that's not good. Yeah, you got tossed. That sucks.
Okay though.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lesson. I didn't even like try it. I should have. That's why I ate shit.
Dude, that's always that's like most of the time how you slam. I feel like, not you. I just mean in general. Yeah, it's like when you like don't even actually try your trick, you kind of just like are scared and then you slam. But it's like if you actually tried it, you probably would have been fun. It's so annoying. Earlier you mentioned saving some footage for a new Element project. Is that something that's in the works right now?
Yeah, it is. It's slowly coming to an end. I think early next year, what they're working on, looking towards.
Is that a full-length video?
A few more months left to get footage for it, but
okay,
it's pretty much crunch time. So it feels good to be stressed. Have a bunch of tricks I want to do.
And go get them, hopefully. That's sick.
Yeah, I was just writing on my phone. I was watching this timeline my buddy gave me of all the stuff we have, and like more than half of it is like almost.
Oh, really?
That I need to go back for. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
But it's so motivating to like sit and watch it, write it all down, make plans for it, slowly start checking them off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm stoked. John Miner is gonna be editing it.
Is he filming it as well or no?
He's been filming a lot.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Sick.
But most of the footage is filmed by Dave Huang and Ryan Lee and Cole Matthews and some Mark Stewart.
Okay. Nice.
A lot of talented guys behind the lens. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm looking forward to seeing this.
It's a good lineup. So is that a full length? Like, is basically everyone on the team gonna have full parts in that?
Yes. Well, people who have the most footage will have full parts, and then montages in between. Okay. And maybe something else. I really have no idea.
Yeah, you're just out getting clips, see whatever happens.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's something cool to look forward to. Beginning of 2018. That's pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm stoked. This will be like my first video project that'll be with a skateboard company.
Okay.
That's not like by myself.
Oh,
yeah, you've done a lot of solo parts and homie videos, which is sick.
Yeah, but definitely wouldn't hurt to be in a video with like everyone.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Add that to my timeline here.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it, for sure. I've been putting in some work for this, so.
How long have you guys been working on this project?
Come together. Sorry?
How long have you been working on this element project?
Well, when I got on the team like 3 years ago, I filmed a little intro part.
Yeah.
I had a lot of footage for already, so I would say 2 years.
Okay.
Right now, off and on. But the past like year and a half, we've really been going at it, going on a lot of trips.
Yeah, where are some of the places you guys have traveled?
I've been to Barcelona twice with Element working on this, which has been amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Been to like a lot of different parts of the country now. Been to Vermont twice for it, and to Denver. I've gone up to San Francisco a few times. They sent me to Japan for a week like two years ago over Halloween, which was amazing. It wasn't exactly like a filming for the video trip. It was like a skate and music tour, which was almost even better because it was a little more relaxed. But we still got to skate a lot throughout it. So I count that as one of the places. And Cuba as well. Oh my God, my fucking calendar just fell.
Is everything okay?
It's okay.
Okay, good.
What kind of calendar is it?
It's this one my brother made for me. All these photos he took.
Oh, that's
sick.
Rad.
Good reminder back home.
At the end
That's
of
cool.
So I see.
the book.
Yeah. So I see that you just got involved with the Funbox Monthly.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that at all?
For sure. Well, the company sends out boxes to kids for $23 per box. You can sign up for a full year. But they've been doing a lot of deals lately for Cyber Monday and Black Friday. And yeah, they work with different skate companies each month and put in little prizes for the kids. Well, not prizes, but it feels like a prize. I don't know. Yeah. Something like special about getting
little extra goodies.
Yeah. You're getting like a new shirt and some grip at least. Those two are usually always in a box, but the rest is kind of up for debate. I saw they had some headphones in one recently, and just like little knickknacks to get kids psyched.
Nice. That's cool.
I saw they were working with Psychedelics when I was in their warehouse.
Oh.
So good to see some skater-owned companies in there.
Yeah, for sure.
But hopefully we can work towards doing a box for myself one month where they work with all my sponsors.
Is that what they do with other team riders?
They haven't yet, but we just had a meeting recently and they were talking about working towards
Yeah,
that.
that would be really cool. Like
Yeah,
super cool
so-
for all the riders as well to
That's a really cool idea.
promote.
Yeah, it's rad what they're doing. I want to see it grow, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who is all involved over there as far as like team riders?
They have like, well, Jordan, my buddy Jordan Maxim has been helping build their team for them.
Oh,
And
cool.
they just did a little trip to Tampa, Florida, which is where their warehouse is. So they invited a few guys out, like Norman Woods and Manny Santiago and Dave Chinsky. Neen Williams came. That was fucking fun. And these 3 girls came that Jordan put on. They were all rad.
Nice.
Jordan does that too, right?
It was a big team. Yeah, Jordan rides for him as well. He was kind of the first one on, and he's been helping build the team for them. He's kind of team manager now.
Gotcha.
That's sick.
Yeah,
I ran
sick.
into that dude Norman
Got one.
Woods. He was down here in San Diego filming one day, and he's so gnarly.
Yeah,
we were in a
dude,
left
he's got
spot,
so
and he was killing it.
Hell yeah. Oh, also Tony Tave and Sierra Fellers were with us too.
Oh,
Like a
shit.
bunch of legends.
Yeah,
crazy.
that's cool. Jordan seemed to put
Yeah,
together a cool
sounds
squad.
like it.
He just threw me in the mix for some reason because we've been friends forever. And I was already down there. I had just skated Tampa Am, so
Yeah.
I was down to hang out and skate some spots around Tampa.
Yeah.
I never really stayed longer than the weekend.
Uh-huh. That's
I
cool.
was stoked to hang out and relax, and they put us up pretty well. And we had a really good tour guide, this dude JC, from that we got linked up through West Side Skate Shop with.
Nice.
It was fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a good trip. Little
Yeah, saw a
Tampa-
few
Tampa
really
extension.
spots I got to go back for.
Oh yeah, nice. Go get some clips.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It was fun, yeah.
Um,
Glad to
so
be back in LA right now, though.
yeah. I mean, it's a nice time of year here.
Like, it was fun to go and do that, but right now my 100% efforts are going towards this Element project. So
Yeah.
every day I just want to end with a clip.
Yeah. I think it was yesterday I saw like on your guys' Instagram story like a bunch of the Element dudes were out together skating.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun. I went to meet with them in Santa Ana, and it was so fucking windy. It was
Really?
crazy. Yeah, all these fires have been going on in California
Yeah.
right now. I think due to the high winds.
Yeah, it's all the wind.
Kind of made sense. I was driving on the freeway down there, and I saw all the cars like swaying back and forth, and
Whoa.
like already knowing the spot
It's
was
like
fucked.
that happens all the time here.
It was fine though. Matters ended up getting a line. We just skated with the wind.
Couldn't, yeah. If you wanted to go the other way, it wasn't happening.
Exactly.
That's cool.
And then we went to another cool spot, just more ditches.
Yeah.
Great spots.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's a weekday, ditches are usually a good choice.
Yeah, there's a lot of them I haven't been to, like further south too. Sometimes I get stuck up here in LA, but whenever I go missioning down south and skating with those guys, I always end up at a spot I've never been to.
Yeah. There's that one in I think it's in Downey that Jordan did that backsmith kickflip into the bank. Have you skated that one?
Yeah.
That flat bar. That one gets killed. That one's sick.
That thing is cool. Fuck, I'm jealous. Malto got to skate it once as like a double length flat bar.
Oh, did they have the other bar taken out?
Yeah, for some commercial he did.
Oh, no way. Yeah,
Lucky.
that is sick because it's pretty short. You don't really like get a
Once
sit
you're on
on
it,
your trick. Yeah, you gotta. Which
it
makes it crazy they did backsmith kickflip.
I know. That was heavy.
That's
Yeah, that's
super
fucked.
cool.
That was really heavy.
Malto got the extension. Oh, that's funny.
Cool spot
So-
though. Gnarly. One day we were at that spot and some guy came through on a bike. We didn't really think much of it, and he kind of like hid under the overpass.
Yeah.
And then like we look up again, there's like 10 cops with their guns drawn, like coming towards us all, trying to find this dude. And like then a chopper comes out and they pull him out and walk out with him. It was nuts.
That's crazy. But they didn't say anything about skating, right? You guys
No.
were good.
Not a cared less.
Yeah, so it sounds like they had something better to handle.
Yeah, but the dude just looks like kind of suspect, but then we just fully saw the cop scene.
Yeah.
Looks like an episode of Cops.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's funny.
So someone hit us up. We posted that you were coming on, and
Oh
so
yeah,
had anything
yeah. We
they
got some good questions.
wanted to
Hell
ask
yeah,
you
I'm
about.
glad you
So
out last week. Sorry to interrupt.
no, you're good. One of those is
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard not to interrupt on this fucking app, man. Like the Google Hangouts, dude. It's kind of hard not to.
It's all right.
So one of these was actually another homie video that you've been a part of, which is Illegal Civilization, and kind of how you got connected with Mikey and the IC crew, and just how you got footage in that video.
Well, I started skating with Mikey around like 2013, I'd say, like a couple years after I made it to LA, and
Yeah.
kind of got my feet planted. He started coming around skating. I met him through Jordan, who had met him through a friend named Victor.
Uh,
But anyways, we just kind of clicked and started skating a lot, and I really liked his work ethic, and he was always down to skate in the mornings and go on longer missions
sick.
whenever needed. Like, true skate rat, dude, man.
Yeah, that's rad.
Behind it. Never hurts to have the camera on.
Does Mikey film lines?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've seen him at Gardner School once filming a line of Knockel, and like he had his head down following him with the cam, and then like boom, ran into the fucking basketball.
Oh shit.
Got himself good and was lying down for a minute, and then got right up and just kept skating around and got back to it.
Dude, that's pretty gnarly. Into the basketball.
Yeah, he's like if I laid down right now, I would be like dying, but you just got to keep it moving, and that'll keep your mind off it.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
heavy.
deep move for sure.
Gnarly, dude.
I think that was the day I got this 5.0 front foot impossible on the bench. That was like super random. But
Is that in the IC video?
yeah.
Okay.
Never expected myself to like do it, but we ended up just staying there at the school until it got dark, and he's never the one to like turn the camera off and hop the fence first.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Or like thinking about it, he's always down.
Sick. Yeah, that's cool to hear.
I'm happy to see what he's been doing lately. He's really like setting higher goals for himself and accomplishing them.
Yeah, it seems like he's killing it.
I also think that he's like a good representation for like the younger kids too. Like his work ethic is gnarly.
I agree, dude. He does not fuck around.
Yeah, he's down to make.
And I like that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of how he likes to put things in his own hands. That's like my favorite thing about him, really. Is like he likes his shit done a certain way, so in order to get it done the certain way, he just does it himself. Like I love that. I think that's like one of my favorite things about him, honestly.
I know. It doesn't take no for an answer. Sometimes he'll speak up when he wants his way, but he gets it.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that's why he's successful, though. You know what I mean? Like his vision is what's making him poppin'.
Definitely. I know he's not letting anything or anyone kind of like steer him in any direction.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like getting.
Which is the best case scenario for starting a brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Seriously. I know. He's making some really cool stuff.
Nice.
I'm trying to think, this one shirt he put out, he just put like a top 3 list of people that he's stoked on, and it was like Martin.
Oh yeah.
Jay-Z and like one other, I forget who. But it's just rad people to look up to.
Yeah, I remember seeing that actually on Instagram.
Got good evidence to back it up too. He's put me on a lot of good music.
That's sick.
Yeah, super rad, dude. He took me to Hawaii just for this little lookbook he was shooting with Kevin White. We just got to like film and just kick it by the beach for a weekend. That was so fun. Took us parasailing.
Well, how was that?
So sick.
The first time doing it?
My second time. I did it once with my brother when I was really young, but never would have expected to be doing it again.
Yeah, in Hawaii on a trip that you're skating and stuff. That's sick.
That was super fun.
M Foster on Instagram, MFoster717 says, "Where does your name Cookie come from?"
My nickname Cookie came from Talent Skate Park back in Vermont.
Yeah.
In South Burlington. I started going there as a kid, and this one employee named John Frugi, he didn't know my name, but he could tell that I resembled my brother, who had already been going to the skate park for a few months and got a nickname as Cutter because he hurt himself cutting grip tape one day. Little backstory there. Anyways, I was going to get buzzed in to go into the park because you have to have someone behind the counter let you in.
Yeah.
And the dude didn't know my name, but he could tell my resemblance and just called me Cookie Cutter. And it just stuck. That's pretty much it.
All the way from that back then at Talent Skate Park. That's cool.
Yeah. And I also had a hell of a sweet tooth, so the owner Hannah would always catch me buying cookies and kind of added the name staying.
Yeah. That's cool. That's a cool story. That had to do with your brother. Mitchell.
I want to make a video one day of all the homies I know who have food nicknames.
That would be sick. Get them all in one video.
I know pickle. I know potato. I know donut. Like
So
healthier guys in there to balance it out. Vegetables, maybe.
That's funny.
Yeah, none of those guys, or not everybody, like fully skates right now. But I know if I got a camera out and hung out with them all, I could make something.
Yeah, they'd start skating
For sure.
Yeah. Mitchell Bikret says, "How does it feel knowing that you took Pierrot out in the first round of Battle at the Barracks?"
Oh fuck.
Let's talk about the Barracks for a second. However you want to go with this, but I mean,
I didn't see that game going to my favor that day whatsoever, but somehow it did, and I'm stoked.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a cool.
Really mean shit, obviously, but it was fun though.
Yeah.
To just be Paul again.
Yeah, you've known Paul for a while, correct? Because of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I got to skate with Paul on like random photo shoots in the past years, but I got to skate with him a lot more while filming for We Are Blood too.
Yeah,
that was rad. He was actually like bunking across from me in the back of the RV.
No way.
A few weeks, yeah.
That's cool.
Was
it Mountain Dew that got all of you guys? Because I mean, I know they're obviously a big part of We Are Blood. So was it kind of someone at Mountain Dew that approached you guys to skate in We Are Blood, to go on those trips?
No, it was Ty Evans that came to me. Or I met him skating around LA and saw kind of what he was doing and was just like migrated towards it. Kept skating with him more whenever I could, and that led to him inviting me on a trip to China. That was their first international trip for the video. And at the time I was on Mountain Dew, but Ty wanted to bring me on and try to prove or just show to them that I could be more helpful. Or he just wanted to see myself and Jordan get more shine from Dew and from the world.
Yeah.
Because they've been showing us a lot of love over the years, but you can never have enough, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's cool that he wanted
show
to see
you
you
value
guys.
companies you work with.
Yeah, definitely.
He was trying to do us a solid and brought me on the China trip, and that might have been like the hardest I've skated on a trip up until that point in my life.
Yeah.
So that led to going on 3 more trips with them in that same year. So Mountain Dew learned a lot of that and made a lot of the video possible. But it wouldn't be possible without Ty and David Garcia and JP Delapoise.
Yeah. Yeah, Ty definitely seems like, I mean, I'm just not familiar with those other dudes, but Ty definitely seems very motivated. And I mean, pretty much what we were saying about Mikey, like Ty's going to make it happen.
It's a good reason why Ty has been one of Mikey's influences over the years too.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And we're about to see another Ty video here, and premieres this Friday. It's online, or on in a week.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy one.
It's gonna be fucked.
They got such a good lineup.
I know he's just been crushing it.
Who was that?
Chase Webb.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that he's Chase. Oh yeah, Chase was actually in Mirror Blood as well, huh?
Oh fuck yeah! I don't think there's like not one. Yeah, and he was in IC videos, right?
I don't know about that, but
I don't think Chase was in IC.
We got to room together for a month in Barcelona while filming for We Are Blood.
That's sick.
Nothing but good times. It was like the real world in there.
Yeah, what we've talked a lot about trips. Where's your favorite place that you've gone for skateboarding, or in general, however you want to answer?
In general, I would say Prague. I just got to visit there for 2 days with my girlfriend after I was done in Barcelona this summer, and that is by far the most like visually pleasing place I've ever been.
That's sick.
Yeah, not the best for skating, except for this one like mega spot called Stalin Plaza. I actually didn't make it there on my journeys, but I'm destined to go back and skate.
Yeah.
But the rest of the city was so beautiful, just cobblestone and like really tight corridor alleys and easy to get lost. A lot of history too.
That's cool.
Best skate city, probably Barcelona. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
But more so
came
like
up a
the
few
outskirt towns. They're all so quiet and just like filled with spots. Really,
yeah, I
like,
want to say it was.
And like the culture seems rad.
Yeah, everyone's super laid back, but sometimes the language barrier does not help you, and you just can't skate a spot.
Really? I remember
if you have a big enough crew, you can pretty much get anything done. Like, yeah, there's this one spot at a coffee shop that these guys would not let us skate, but I've heard other crews have come and just like taken it over, bought like 50 coffees and beers, and at that point they can't really say no, I guess.
Yeah.
Or at least give you some leniency.
Yeah, let you skate for a little bit.
So I got a question. What is Silent Skateboards?
Silent Skateboards was the company that Paul Wilson owned that helped me move to California. It was really rad. I was like 15 years old, and I was 15, looking on MySpace, sending out my footage to kids, or to people I was trying to get sponsored. Might have been 14, but I found Silent Skateboards, and this guy, Paul Wilson, had started the company for his son and his friends for something to kind of do on the side. He owns a construction company that pulls in a lot of money, or was at the time. He's definitely still doing good. Anyways, he was able to fund this board company on the side because of that. And I sent him my footage, and he sent me a box of boards. And I started skating them, and my friends were obviously intrigued by that. And I showed them and was telling them about this dude and how rad he is. And Paul ended up flying me out to California with my dad to skate in this little contest in Arcadia called All About the Benjamins, which was a flat ground contest for $500.
What?
I didn't win, but I met a lot of good friends there that I later on got to skate with more and more once I moved here.
Yeah.
But it was a trip going, just me and my buddy Mark Nicholson from New Hampshire. He had planned to go with a bunch of homies to LA, but all of his buddies backed out. And he knew I was still going on this little silent trip. So he's like, hey, can I come with? It's like, of course. So I got to meet Paul and his son and their group of friends, and we went out street skating for the weekend. We ended up going to Holmes Middle School, ran into P-Rod and like Terry Kennedy and Shane O'Neill before I had any idea who he was, and Jeremy Rogers.
That's crazy.
And I remember all like Paul's son's friends were kind of like fanning out on them, getting autographs and shit. And I was just trying to not do that.
Just trying to skate.
Mingle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just cool. Double flip over this rail back when I did double flips. I was so stoked, and walks P-Rod and like Jeremy Rogers and these dudes, and I just remember being like, "This is California. This is nuts."
Yeah, that's cool.
You
So
just
you're
kind of
15,
froze,
yeah,
like,
I'm
on the
sure that
regular.
was crazy. Yeah.
So I came back to Vermont after that trip with all these stories and footage, and we ended up building the company more and getting our buddies to do some graphics for them, and Paul paid for Jordan and Chris Whitaker to move out to La Crescenta, California, where he got them a house for about a year.
Uh-huh.
And I came out on little week-long trips, sometimes weekends,
Yeah.
just kind of like tripping out that they're here, like doing their thing.
Yeah.
Party house kind of, but it was beautiful at the top of this hill. And eventually, a year later, they moved to Echo Park and kind of downgraded because the house was too expensive for what the company was like trying to make back.
Yeah.
It almost broke even for a minute. We were running ads in Transworld and working on a full-length film,
Uh-huh.
and it was looking good, but the company just had to be on hold for the time being due to some implications with his main source of income.
Uh-huh.
So we kind of picked up the slack. Everybody in the Echo Park apartment started paying our own way for the rent, which wasn't that bad. Still isn't.
Yeah.
And my buddy James Buckman ended up making the video himself, finishing it, calling it Cut and Dry, making it an independent project.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, was that on Transworld?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Wait, what'd you do? Did you back 3 the $10 million triple set in that?
Right. That's where it was.
So that's a different part that's in my head for sure. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch that video and see the silent boards throughout everyone's parts, and the little cut of James screen printing the graphic onto a shirt, or it might have been onto a board. But
Yeah.
either way, there's a bunch of little cuts of silent skateboards throughout that to kind of give homage to Paul and all the work we all put towards that company at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, somehow that part ended up being my sponsor me tape for Element, more or less. So
Oh, really?
it worked out. I was in like 6 months of limbo, trying to figure out what to skate for boards, and yeah, I got a call from Cole Matthews, and he had a lot of good advice and helped me get on the team, basically.
Sick. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's take a look at this real quick. That's pretty much it, I feel like.
No, that's a life story.
Yeah, that's everything you've been working on basically over the years, and
More or less.
Good, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad I asked.
I know it's not an easy answer for that one,
Yeah.
but I love talking about it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'm glad I
Yeah.
asked, dude. That's sick.
What's up with
Hey,
you
how
guys?
do you know Glabo, and how much art are you making these days?
Oh, dude, I love that dude. I know him through mutual friends around LA here, and he's been a huge inspiration to my art and mixing it on skateboards and in the real world. He's a fucking G. He rips too. Good
That's
friend.
rad. I also got one from Peanut Butter X. Oh, I'm sorry. I got one from Peanut Butter XJJ on Instagram. How did Westbound and Down project with the Barracks come about? I know for me and others, that was my first time being introduced to you and Jordan Maxim. It's been great to see you guys doing your thing over the past few years since those videos came out.
Oh, sick. Dude, thank you for mentioning that. That was a good time. That was actually right when I bought my car. My parents helped me buy this car from our neighbors in Vermont, and I flew back to Vermont and was going to drive it out.
Not Virginia.
No, Vermont. I was going to drive the car out just to get it to LA. But have a car finally. Stop taking the bus every day. And yeah, I think Jordan mentioned it, or no, I told Prince Gilchrist about my trip because I was filming a Bangin' with him at the time at the old barracks.
Uh-huh.
That sadly never came out. but he came with us along with Hansu and Jordan and Witta.
Yeah.
I believe. And we took 2 cars and just made the drive out together and took our time and did it in 11 days. And Steve Barra helped fund it through the barracks. It's crazy.
That's super cool.
In exchange, we gave them the footage from it, and they made a 2-segment little recap.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that, but now that it's been mentioned, I remember watching that.
That was fun. We got to stop through Chicago and like skate those ledges right by the seawall, kind of. It was basically
The
like
marble
landing
ones?
into water. No, they were like crusty cement or not granite, but definitely cement drop down ledges right by the water. Landing onto like odd, like slanted platforms. It was like a day one type spot.
Okay, the really long ledges, right?
Say that again?
Are they like really long ledges and you kind of have to like go over like a little grass gap part?
No, you would.
I'm trying to think of what ledges you're talking about. I've skated so many fucking ledges in the city.
We also got to skate that giant red loop in Chicago too. You know that one?
Oh, I've
Yeah,
seen
that
footage
thing's
of
the
that.
shit.
That looks
The sculpture,
crazy.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, sculpture. That was wild. It was like shaking on us.
Oh
but it
yeah,
was
that's
still
like a huge. That's like kind of like a. That's like our. Totally, that's like Chicago's skate mecca, dude. That's like Chicago's Makba right there.
cool.
That's sick.
Like people will meet at that spot and go skate other spots, kind of thing. Yeah, it's red.
Gotcha. It's like the landmark.
I mean, dude, just the loop in Chicago has 100 spots itself. It's insane.
Right.
That's sick.
Damn. Yeah, that trip was so fun, man.
Yeah.
Trying to make it to Niagara Falls on the way, but we ended up getting stuck at these flat bars in a parking lot for hours that fucked us up.
Flat bar spots, I feel like people always end up spending so much time because they're hard to find usually.
Seriously, yeah. When we finally found a good like parking lot with them, we're like, screw it, let's just stay
Yeah,
here.
just skate here all day.
was
That's
fun.
cool. Yeah. It's cool to hear all these
remember-
different projects from over the years. It's been so many.
No, that was an interesting road trip because I was taking a class at the time for typography, I recall. And a couple sessions, I would just like leave, go to a local library and get on the Wi-Fi and like start doing like an hour of work.
Really?
Yeah, trying to like draw out like a perfect A, like looking at the serifs. Like that was a really interesting class. I always remember it from being on that trip.
And this was after high school?
Yeah. Been taking online classes through Community College of Vermont.
Oh, okay.
Off and on since I moved.
Oh, so you're still doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I took the past 2 semesters off, but I'm about to jump back into it starting January 23rd.
Uh-huh. What do you study?
Studying graphic design, but you know, that could go like a million different ways.
Yeah.
So trying to just hone in on where my talents are and what I want to do.
Definitely. That's cool. I didn't
With it.
realize you were doing that.
Along this way, I would like to see myself get at least like an associate's now.
Yeah. Might as well.
More than halfway towards it. So
Yeah, for sure.
no need to turn back. Just gotta like slowly chip away at
How
it.
old are you, Cook?
26. So not getting any younger, but I still feel
Yeah, I mean,
I know. Oh, dude, who gives a fuck, man? We only live once. Who cares about the age, especially when it comes to schooling?
it's just a number.
Exactly. Sick.
Yeah. What about you guys? You guys in school? Go to school?
I go to school here in San Diego. I study merchandising and marketing. So
Right.
business type stuff, yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. That's why I moved out to where I live. I studied journalism in school.
Oh, cool. That's what led to doing this whole program.
Yeah.
Fun.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Our
it
friend
happened
Drew
like
originally started
yeah, it
it.
happened like it started like midway. Yeah, it's like it was kind of like yeah, it was kind of rad to like have this as like an outlet from the shit that they made me do in class, as opposed to like I get to go home and talk to skateboarders and talk about skateboarding and still like do what I'm doing, you know? So
That's
I don't know. I think that this is definitely one of like the main like the fun parts of the journalistic world, I guess. Yeah, for sure.
Do a lot of skateboarders like for class projects?
What was that?
I was saying, does he get to interview a lot of skateboarders for class projects?
Oh, Mike, did you hear
Oh,
that?
I interviewed Brink one time, and I used that for school stuff.
Rob Brink? Wait, who?
Yeah, he said Rob Brink.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
that's rad.
That was actually my first interview that I ever did, and like since then he's become like such like a kind of like a mentor. Like I ask him questions about stuff like that all the time.
That's awesome. He's a nice dude.
Yeah, he's a super good guy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's a rad dude.
I want to get better at doing interviews with friends, because I read so many that just crack me up.
So there's some funny ones out there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to contribute in that way soon.
Yeah.
It's sick, especially like video interviews. Video interviews are like so fucking cool nowadays because you can like edit them to have them in your own certain little way, as opposed to like reading something. You kind of like you may get edited down. Like I know, as an example, like I did an interview with Davis Torgerson for Thrasher, and like they'd use such a small portion of what the interview actually like it was like a long interview and they used such a small chunk of it. Like I'm not mad, obviously, not at all, not even one bit, but I was just like, man, it's kind of sick to be able to like, with a video interview, you can do it however you want to. You don't even have to have your voice in it. It could just be that person, like kind of how like the Crail Couch does. Like I like that approach the most.
Cool. I know, those are always fun. Like short and sweet, but like a little drawn out, like in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
It lets them like go on tangents. And
Yeah, they have some.
You always find out something cool with those. Like, yeah, exactly.
Yes, I agree.
the biggest thing for you said for Thrasher?
Mike?
This thing was for Thrasher. When did that come out?
Yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi is trash, dude. That was earlier this year.
Sick.
What video had just dropped when they did that, Mike? It was.
I feel like I'm getting this entire conversation like 15 seconds later, and I'm just like reacting to it. Like, that was earlier this year. Yeah.
What video had just dropped when you interviewed Davis? Was it?
It was probably that real thing.
Yeah, it
When
was.
did I?
Thing, but it was no. It was those. What video? Was
it was right after Surveillance 6.
Yeah, the Surveillance with him and was it the one with him and Jack?
Yeah.
Back in Minnesota.
Right. Yes, it was the one where Jack doesn't. Yep.
And Davis does that switchback 180 over that ledge down the in that parking lot or something crazy. Mm-hmm. That thing is big.
Yeah. Yeah. He also does. That's where Jack switch ollies that Louis gap, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to call it Louis gap already, it's more of the Kirchard gap. But Louis did big heel it.
Yeah, I'm calling it Louis gap, dude. I guess, dude. Big heel flip. That's insane.
That's crazy. 2 people big spinned it.
I know. I did not realize that until I saw. Was it on Skateline or Instagram somewhere? I saw. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Chris, we actually just did last week a
mind-blowing
whole show about Skater of the Year. So I think a good way to kind of wrap this up would who do you want to win Skater of the Year, and who do you think Thrasher will choose?
That's hard. I'm gonna put my top 3 in no particular order.
Okay.
Because I've been thinking a lot about this, and I really can't narrow it down.
Yeah.
However, I don't think anyone would argue with me that Tiago, Jamie, and Louis are all.
I figured that was going to be your 3. Yeah.
But I see Louis getting it.
Okay. Why is that?
From the SOTY picks that they released online. Like in the video pick.
Yeah.
People like how to cut up fun video interviews. Like one homie's on a fucking roller coaster.
That was so funny, Willis. And Tyson. Tyson was funny.
Yeah, just all burnt.
Yeah.
But I noticed the majority. No, he's not burnt. He's funny. The majority of those submissions were saying Louis. So going off.
Yeah.
And I mean, skating with him in person and how fucking gnarly he is. So But I could say the same thing about Junior Tiago. So
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
really
I feel
hard.
like every year it's just like there's these however many dudes and they all deserve it, and one of them's gonna win.
Clive Dixon too. I see that.
Yeah, I do think that Mike was mentioning this actually, that Clive kind of gets overlooked for some, or got overlooked for
Oh
whatever
man, that's
reason.
what I was saying.
I mean, he definitely put out some gnarly footage.
Mason
Nose
put
flip
out.
slide on Toro. Dude, Mason's sick. That's like probably one of my favorite hill flips ever. When he
I
kept the
know, I
primo catch one.
That's actually where I was when I couldn't do this last week.
Oh, you were at that spot.
Yeah, I like had to get out and look at it, and I watched Milton Martinez like milling over it pretty easy.
Oh yeah, I saw that clip of Milton.
It was
Milling
jet.
on Instagram.
Yeah,
That thing looks huge.
like you have to bring cruiser wheels.
Yeah, it looked so crusty,
Oh, I
which
can
makes it
only
even
imagine.
gnarlier that he just went for the primo catch. I was like, what?
I know, no grab, like just
I-
straight heel flip. That's
That
like
clip
so.
is amazing.
There's a lot of guys killing it. Everybody's good at skating these days. So
There's a lot for sure. Also, one other thing we've been doing with guests recently. Do you have a random snack when you're out on a trip? Is there something you always want with you in the van?
oh, bag of meat, no question.
Of meat?
Yeah, bag of meat, any kind of meat. Always good to have like some protein with you, like chicken or bacon. Like bacon are like the go-tos.
What about beef jerky?
Beef jerky is good, but it's too expensive.
Okay. Just any sort of meat.
Must go, but then I end up just getting too much.
Yeah. That's
Goes
true.
bad.
That's it.
It's hot
Yeah,
in my mouth. It's like fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
But the bag of
We
meat,
always get funny answers with the snack question.
either
It's
that or
always something. A smoothie? Yeah. That's good to have. On a hot day when you're out skating, for sure.
uh-huh.
Sick.
I'm
Well,
making croissants at home.
oh, croissants? That's cool.
Yeah, I'm tired of paying $3.50 for like one of them. Now I just pay $2 and make 8 at home.
Yeah, you just outsmarted wherever you were buying them.
I mean,
Do you ever,
yeah,
do you
I'm
ever
putting
make bagels still, like you used to? With the,
for it.
yeah.
But
That's
hey, a couple bucks here.
yeah. Save what you can. So, pretty much, Chris. That's really all the questions we had. And like I said, we sent you that little topic list. So Mike and I are probably going to run through this pretty quick. You're more than welcome to talk about any of these parts or.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down to stick around. Let me just turn my heat off. It's getting fucking hot.
I don't know how useful I am, dude. My Wi-Fi is real bad right now.
Oh, you just broke up for me too. That was weird. All right. Well, hopefully this is good. Dry drop part on the
It's
pressure.
real bad right now.
My fault?
No, I guess I'm off. Can you hear me, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. So Justin Dryce dropped the small wheels on but killing it. There are a lot of cool looking spots in it, but man, so kind of whatever stood out to all this to me. He did that back heel. There's that bump over hydrant next to USC. Right when he landed back 180 into the street, like that stood out to me a lot.
It's choppy.
It's
Sorry.
choppy. No, you're good. It's I don't know. Sometimes I think it's weird. What did he do? Oh, switch 180 manual back biggie on that manual pad, a big drop.
Huh.
Justin killed it. Did you see that part?
Oh, fuck. No, I did not, dude. I'm blowing it.
You're all good. You'll probably be psyched on it, dude. Justin killed it. Mike, did you check out Justin Dresden's part? Medina?
Dude, my Wi-Fi is so bad. I'm so far behind in this conversation.
It's all good. Oh, actually, this might be cool to talk to you about real quick, Chris. Alex Lawton went pro for Element. Have you gone on any trips with him before?
I saw that was on the list. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I got to skate in Barcelona with him last summer and had so much fun.
That's sick. He kills it.
Around LA with him a lot too. He is fucking board.
Yeah.
And off the board. Super nice.
That's tight.
But yeah,
that's good.
Always a good reminder to pop my tricks when I'm with him.
He definitely snaps.
Keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats to Alex. Almost every week for like a year on the show, we have a new pro to talk about.
That's sick.
So many pro announcements, which is sick. Yeah, it's so many dudes that have been deserving to get boards for a while. It's been happening, which is super cool.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
Mike, I don't know how the connection is now, but I was hoping to talk to you about this. Daniel Lutheran dropped the part for Toy Machine.
Dude, I got
It's like, it's like a minute of footage that Thrasher just put on Instagram. It was like they posted like short Daniel part coming tomorrow, and it's just, I don't think it's even on their YouTube. I think just 1 minute on Instagram, but it is gnarly footage, which I was kind of surprised that they did it like that. Just because.
Is this the first time we've seen an Instagram part?
Yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. I think it is. Like I'll pull up the caption.
No, it's not.
The post. I mean,
it's just like I guess it makes sense. Might as well put the platform to use.
Yeah.
Actually, new content. I'm watching it right now.
It's gnarly.
And they're like there's like no like sleeper like throwaway footage. Like he's killing it.
Yeah, it's gnarly footage. It says a short but sweet Dan Lutheran part for Toy Machine. Enjoy.
I'm always happy to see footage from this guy.
He's got such a cool
no matter what.
He's sick.
I mean, it has 114,000 views, so I guess when you're comparing it to like YouTube, it's probably pretty similar.
Nose grind the wedge.
Yes, that was crazy. And he knows one side's this rail that's right next to this weird rock like bank wall thing. Which was
that looks like that shouldn't have worked.
I know. When they showed the try, it looks like I was like, is he actually gonna nose blunt it? It looks like it's like not gonna fit. Skate Mafia premiered a new video here just north of San Diego in Carlsbad the other night. That's premiering. It's releasing the 8th on Thrasher, called Brain Gone. So I got to check that out at the premiere, but like I said, it'll be online in a couple days here. I would personally stand out to me for sure, Tyler Surrey. So if you're always psyched on Surrey footage, you're gonna want to watch it. He had a lot of footage. I know he was out in Barcelona and stayed out there for a while. And
he lives there now.
He skates this crazy spot. It's like 2 banks with a gap in between them, like this.
Yeah.
And it's just like skating it like a channel, like one bank to the next, with the gap, and they're really steep and short. And I don't know how he's flipping his board over it. Like it was so sick.
Too, right?
What was that?
Like popping off his nose too.
Yeah, he does. I'm not gonna say the trick because it's towards the end of his part, but he does a nollie flip trick over it. That is just like, how did that work? It makes no sense. It's so sick.
God, I can't wait.
Yeah, those dudes killed it. Surrey for me was the highlight. What was that?
What about Marshall Heath? Did he have a part?
Yeah, Marshall had a full part. He had some really
He's from Vermont too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, Marshall had some. I mean, he's definitely. It's what you expect from him in terms of ledges and manuals, but he had a lot of stuff that, like, just seemed like new stuff that I'd never really seen him do. So it was definitely fun to watch his part for sure. He had some crazy combos. What?
Still innovative, but
definitely. Yeah. He had some crazy. Yeah, there's this one spot he skates. It's a ledge. And he does some sort of switchback tail, maybe flips in and then drops to nose manny and flips out. It's crazy. Like the amount of board control he has is gnarly.
I know. That dude is so sick. I grew up watching him rip, so
yeah, that's right.
Another part out of him.
Yeah, only a couple of days and you'll be able to check it out. And then one more thing we'll talk about, or 2 more things actually. So Volcom released a video on Thrasher, RV Rampage. 15 minutes long. It's Milton killed it in that. We already mentioned him earlier. His footage is so gnarly in that thing. When he front wall rides, they like take that gate fence thing off and then he front wall rides over that driveway. I don't know if you've seen that clip. It is
I
bugged.
did, yeah.
Yeah,
was
that was
jacked.
heavy. Yeah.
I was on that
Castleberry.
Gap that multi-skate as a cover a while ago.
Yeah, is that an SF?
I think so.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't positive, but it looks like it would be an SF.
Maybe.
And then we already mentioned his name about the Sodi talk. Louis had even more footage. That crazy blunt slide down the rail and like lands into 50 in that little curve next to the rail.
No, he didn't need to grind that.
Yeah, that was
just
you
went
could have
into
just blunt slid this gone into the bank or something. You had to drop the 50. And then in a line, I don't remember the first trick, but then he tail slide, front side flips they're skiing a 3-stair ledge. And it is so long. He's going so fast, tail slides the whole thing, front side flips out perfect. Like, dude, he's so perfect right now. It's so fun to watch him.
That K-Walk Smith kickflip was like very pleasing to watch too.
Yes. It's always good to get some Kyle footage. That's a trick he's actually super good at, because when I was watching it and I saw that Smith kickflip, it made me think of in Propeller, he does that sick. It's like on a white shootout rail and it gaps over the sidewalk, kickflips out into the street.
Ooh.
That's so good.
I gotta watch that, man.
Yeah. I don't know why, for some reason that trick is stuck in my head from that part. That always just happens, something random. But K-Walks, and he did that gnarly back 180 in this Volcom thing. That gap there, skating into that crusty parking lot. That was gnarly.
That was a fanner spot. For sure.
Yeah, exactly. That was for sure.
Into it.
Yeah, Chris Fenner has so much pop.
I know that ollie he did was so fucked.
He's so crazy, dude.
Such a good ride away too. I would be like flailing if I made it over that.
And he's so good at late shoves and like late back big spins. That's, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's super cool to watch.
I just love me a good ollie.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a good one. And then real quick, Cater had B-sides released from the Young Americans video, which I was hyped to see because kind of in general, Cater is just like a good personality in front of the camera. So it was sick to see kind of his process for all of his footage from that part. The only thing I was a little bummed on was this happens sometimes in rough cuts. They only showed his make on his ender, and I always want to see the process for the ender. But
maybe it's first try.
Maybe it was. I think Leo Romero was there, and you see Leo like psyched on the rollaway. Cater back 3 flip. It's that bump. Everyone's been skating it. Nick Tucker bigger flipped it. It's like a bump over flat, and it looks a little pressed.
I know.
Yeah, he back 3 flipped that thing so good. He took a slam though. He back 3 flipped. I think it was at one of those schools in Washington. Maybe it was at Jimi Hendrix High. That's the school with those concrete rail kind of things, I think. And he back 3 flips down a set. It was probably like an 8, and he smacked his head super hard. That was like kind of scary, honestly, to watch that.
Really?
Yeah, but
dude takes.
Yeah, he does for sure. Yeah, he's sick. Sick. Well, Mike lost connection and has been out here for a few minutes, but that's really it. Yeah. So thank you again for the time, Chris.
Hell yeah,
Hope
Grant.
you enjoyed it. That was super fun. Yeah, definitely. So we'll be back. Oh, of course, for sure. Yeah, it was cool to hear your story, all the projects you've worked on over the years, and now we got something to look forward to with this Element video.
Fuck yeah.
Sick.
Well,
all right. We will be back next week with episode 132.
Right. I'll tune in.
Thank you.